Hi, my name's Dart and welcome to my Clan Wars series, and I'm about to share with you an attack that not many people in the world can do right now. And that attack is called Surgical Hogs. Now Surgical Hogs have been around on the elite level of the Clan Wars circuit for a little while, but when you look on YouTube there are hardly any videos about how to do a Surgical Hog attack. And that's because the elite clans don't want you to know how to do it. But I think it's about time we change that. So let's have a look at a base. Now, if you're in a war clan, this kind of base will be very familiar to you. It's an anti-3-star base. And Surgical Hogs were created by the top players in the game to beat these kinds of bases. So rather than talk about it and explain the composition and the spell placement and everything, I'm just going to show you guys the attack in action first. So this was done by Furkan. He's a member of the Centum family, a really good attacker. And we created a nice funnel. In go the golems, followed by the royals, followed by 2 witches. You'll notice there was no lure, which is really odd in a hog attack. It feels a bit weird at first, takes some getting used to, but it is the way to do it. And then the king goes in, triggers some giant bombs, and the kill squad kill the enemy CC. And then in go the hogs. So the point of a surgical hog attack is rather than deploying all of your hogs in 1 or 2 big packs, you deploy them 2 and 3 to a defence. So they work through the defences in sequence and they effectively nullify the double giant bombs, because there can only be 2 pairs of double giant bombs in the base. And if, well there you go, 6 hogs just triggered 1 set of double giant bombs. That was it, just lost 6 hogs. That's the beauty of the attack. It looks like you knew where the double giant bombs were. This was the first attack on a base, but it's always going to look like you know where the double giant bombs are because you can only ever lose a small handful of hogs to it. It's a really clever attack. It does take a little bit of practice, but we've now got guys in Centum Testudo who are getting very good at it, and they've only been doing it for a few days. So it looks complicated, but it's one of those things that's pretty easy to pick up once you understand how it works. And that's why, of course, the elite clans are using it. So, let's have a look at another attack, and we'll talk a little bit about how the attack works. So, first thing you need to do is figure out where the possible double giant bomb locations are. So on this base, they're not going to be on the outside, partly because these guys are a great war clan, and they wouldn't have exterior double giant bombs. The reason for that, of course, is that once you do the first attack, you'll be able to see where they are, and then you can just trigger them with a couple of hogs. So that leaves us 3 spots. They're either going to be here by this expo, here by this expo, or up here by the air defence. So I chose to attack from the north side, because if there's only 3 chances in the base for double giant bombs, then there's going to have to be at least one in one of these 2 spots. So that's one thing that my kill squad has to do. Another thing is they need to kill the queen. Yep, she's in range, that's fine. As soon as I get over this wall, that's not a problem. And they need to kill the clan castle, so they'll get triggered almost immediately. Then, we're going to launch the hogs from 12 o'clock. We're going to go clockwise around the base, and we'll have 3 or 4 on each defence. The next thing we have to figure out is where are the hogs going to group up? Because surgical hog attack, you deploy the hogs in a disparate manner, but then they all come together in a couple of points in the base, and that's where you put your heal spells down. So the heals aren't random, you don't work it out during the raid, you know before you go in where the heal spells are going to go. So on this base, we need to look for the highest densities of defences. So around this expo we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the expo itself. And the expo, of course, has a lot of hit points, so hogs tend to congregate around them anyway. They like hanging out around expos, you know? It's like teenagers and off licenses. And then over here, we have another high density of defences around this gold mine. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So those are going to be our 2 spots for heal spells. Now let's watch it. So the first thing you do is you get the golems down and then funnel. So as with funnels, you always work from the outside in. So this one, this one, this one. They remove those buildings, and that allows the royals to go in. They're backed up by witches. Now in this attack I had a jump spell because I didn't trust Wall Breaker AI to get rid of that wall. So the king hops over, finds the giant bombs as expected, great. And then in go the hogs. So 3, 3, 4, 4 down there. Oh, Tesla pops up, but that's not a massive problem. Now, in goes the heal spell, and sure enough, there we go, we've got almost all of the hogs in that radius. And there's 4 more down here. Another heal spell on the gold mine. And that's game over. We've got 20 hogs left. There's a wizard at the top that I saved just to help with a cleanup. I watched Furkan's attack first. He mentioned having a cleanup wizard, which is a great idea because otherwise these would be out here and I mean there's a ton left. I'd have 3-starred it anyway. This took another 2-minute attack, which is cool. If you can 3-star maxed anti 3-star bases in 2 minutes, that's always going to be fun. So let's have one more look. There's another base. This was a fun one. I had to 3-star this with 5 minutes left to win the war. So so this was a high pressure attack. So again, in this base, this is actually a bit simpler. There's only really 2 spots for double giant bombs. They're not going to be in the core because there's no defences in there. Well, there's the expo, but there's nothing else. Why would you put double giant bombs around the town hall? So they're either going to be here in front of the queen. Please be there in front of the queen because I'm going to send golems in from that side anyway, so that'd be lovely. Or maybe here or here. You can only fit 1 set in there, so that's probably going to be 1 position and definitely, I think, in front of the queen. If not, then they're going to be single giant bombs dotted around the base, maybe down here or over here. Those are really the only spots. Oh, and here. But if they're single giant bombs, then they're not really going to hurt me anyway. So the golems in the kill squad are going to go and get the queen, hopefully get a double giant bomb there. The hogs were going to start from 3 o'clock this time, so they're going to go in on the cannon first, and then we need to get to that expo. That's very deep, surrounded by defences, so we need to put a heal spell down around that. Then we're going to possibly have a single giant bomb down here, and then almost certainly have some giant bombs, some collection of giant bombs down here. So probably want a heal spell on the mortar as well. In this one we didn't need a jump because we only had those 2 walls to get through. So so we've got 3 heal spells, so we're blessed with heals. So on this one we can afford to have another one over by that expo. So that's the plan. Now let's see what happens. So in go the 2 golems. Nice wide wizards to create the funnel. Wall breaker, king. Queen is hanging out, waiting to die. So in goes the rage to help get through there, and yep, there's our giant bombs. So in go the hogs. Nice and spread. Dividing 2s and 3s. That heal spell actually was a bit rubbish. If it had been higher up, it would have covered them for longer. I didn't. I should have trusted that there would be Teslas in the core. Oh, double giant bomb. Well, single actually, but there is another one down there. We managed to circumvent it, fortunately. It was poor planning. That one, those 2 would have been hard to trigger together anyway. But as I say, that's supposedly an anti 3-star base. They just got obliterated. And we have a few other members, Comeback King and Jasper, are both working on this at the moment and are both 3-starring with it in Clan Wars. So it's incredibly strong. It takes a little bit of practice to get used to, but once you get it down, it works on just about every kind of anti 3-star base. Because they're going to be spread out and they're going to be disparate. Okay then guys, I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you liked it, then take 3 seconds and give it a thumbs up. If you're not already subscribed to me, I am going to be bringing you more Surgical Hog videos very, very soon. So so do throw me a sub. If you like your clan, then send them this way and have them watching this. And otherwise, Go out there and surgically destroy some enemies. And until the next time, happy clashing.